information and Rogers, and we try to tweak it just a little bit, so enjoy.
It's nice.
Oh, thanks.
You're an artist.
I paint, yes.
Well, can you sell your paintings?
Not yet. I work at the post office to make a living. What about you?
I make hats. But I live off of Social Security benefits. Where are you from?
I'm Londoner.
Yes, but what's your origin?
Indian.
I like Indian food. Your painting's got a modern British.
Yes. Why not?
I'm from Glasgow.
Oh, Scottish.
Yes. Good night. Call in, if you like. I'm at 32.
Okay, thanks.
Won't you sit? I moved to London because of a relationship.
And?
It dumped me. It always dumped me. I seem to be brushing people off. So do your parents live in London?
Oh, yes. They live in a suburb in London. They don't agree with my bohemian lifestyle.
Do you feel more English than Indian?
I don't care. All I want is to be myself.
But do you have more English friends than Indian friends?
I don't have many friends.
You don't?
Well, I lost touch with a lot of friends from school, and it's not easy making new friends in London. The English think I'm too Indian. The Indians think I'm not enough Indian.
I don't have any friends in London. I don't talk to people anymore. When I talk to them, they look at me as if I'm mad.
Well, that woman, your next door neighbor, she seems quite nice.
No, really. We had a chat once, and she sounded friendly. So I knocked on her door the other day to ask what she thought about the dress I was wearing. I don't like people knocking on my door like that, she said, and then she slammed the door in my face. So I said, well, what are friends for?
Oh, well, perhaps she was overwhelmed by life, by the city life, and
My mum is my best friend. I call her every day. My dad was an alcoholic, out of work most of the time. He left us when I was 6 years old. My mum remarried, but her second husband, worse than my dad. He bullies her all the time. Now, recently, she met her sweetheart not long ago, and they go out. And I said to her, don't feel bad about it, enjoy. Do you think I shouldn't have said that?
well, I think everyone deserves the right to be happy.
You say nice things. You seem to be at peace with yourself.
My mother had a stroke recently.
She had a stroke.
Yes, she was quite upset when I left home to live with my boyfriend.
Was your boyfriend English?
Yes. We split 3 months ago. Very worried about my mom. I keep calling my dad, but he doesn't want me to go visit them. He says your mom will be upset again, and if you want to be forgiven, then come back home. But I don't want to live with my parents. I want to have my own life. I want to go to New York. Have you ever been to New York?
No, I can't travel. I'm on medication. I have depression.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I go to hospital as an outpatient twice a week. In each session, the psychiatrist lets me talk. She sits there and she listens. Once I got so angry, I said, "Why don't you ever say anything? I come to hospital because I need someone to tell me why I'm feeling the way I feel." Which makes me feel so unimportant. People always make me feel unimportant.
But why? But you're such a beautiful woman. And you make such beautiful hats.
You know, I don't like going places by myself. But maybe we should go somewhere together. I wish that guy wouldn't stare at me over there.
He seems interested in you.
And I smile. I only smile once to say, "You can come talk to me if you want. If you're not interested, don't bother. I don't want men to think of me as easy game."
I don't smile at strange men. Well, I kind of shied away after the breakup with my boyfriend, and
I'm gonna get you another drink. You fancy another beer?
Okay, thanks.
1 tequila orange, 1 Guinness, please. What are you staring at? I thought you were staring at my bum.
Thanks.
Read this.
I want to tear your pants. This is awful.
Yes, I'm shocked. I'm not that sort of girl, you know. I'm going to text him back. Oh, look. He apologized.
I wouldn't trust him if I were you. I'm going out for a cigarette. Come over.
He expects me to follow him like a little dog. Oh, I'm so fed up with men. They only see me as a sex object. They don't see my personality at all. That guy over there, he owes me 300 pounds! You know, I got a hold of him the other day to ask what he was going to do about my 300 pounds. He started swearing at me, so I just swore right back. I dealt with him a year ago. Got some dope and coke from him.
Oh, my God. Well, I mean, dope and coke. Well, I'm just a little surprised.
Well, don't look at me like I'm a criminal. I'm not.
Oh, it's none of my business, of course.
I hate that.
Wait,
I really
you hate me?
Well, I hate the way you behave.
What did I do?
I hate people who take themselves so seriously. You think you're perfect.
What? No.
Who
What?
do you
No.
think you are? An angel.
Wait. What? Why are you saying these
You
things?
despise me, don't you?
What? No. I don't despise you. I don't despise anyone. I just don't agree.
Do you think I'm a dirty woman?
No.
A drug addict? You do think that? Yeah, you do.
No.
The look on your face.
No, oh, please. Lizzie, please. Don't pressure me like that.
I pressure you. I was so nice to you.
Oh, really?
You don't even apologize.
Okay, wait. I thought that friends
Oh, friends. But you're a good girl. A clean girl. How can you be friends with someone like me? I only smoked a joint and I feel stunned. My whole body's flying around. I hate this world. I hate everybody!
I'm sorry, I've got to go.
Yeah, go on! Walk away! Everybody leave me alone! don't you sit down? Barry, that guy who sent me that horrible text message in the pub, he turned out to be quite nice, actually. He's from Essex, but he works in London.
What does he do?
He builds houses. He's so nice to me. We spent the whole weekend together, and now we send each other 20 text messages a day.
All right, but I would be cautious.
But he's
if I
so
were you.
honest. He answers all my questions straight away. He has a wife and a child, he says. Sex, he says. I don't want to talk about my family, he says. Don't spoil our night, he says. Barry, I will never hurt you. It's so nice to hear such things. He says these things and it melts my heart.
Oh, all right, but I would be careful if I were you.
Why should I be careful? Why do you always expect people to feel the way you feel?
I'm sorry, I'm just worried about you.
You're worried about me? Why?
Because we're friends.
Oh, nonsense. You just need someone to make you feel good about yourself. A wretched woman like myself probably makes you feel like an angel.
But why can't you believe when I tell you I'm your friend?
Because it's not true. It's a lie. You know, you feel lonely because you left home and then you split from your sweetheart. Why don't you find more friends from your own community? Why don't you find more Indian friends?
I don't make such distinction. To me, friendship is about individuals sharing thoughts, sharing feelings, and supporting each other in times of difficulties.
So you came here to support me?
I came here to be reconciled. I thought perhaps the other day I was being too critical, too judgmental.
And you're not anymore. Come in, the door is open.
Hello, Lizzie.
Hello?
I brought you something.
Thanks.
I wanted to see how you are.
I'm not well.
Oh, well, perhaps you need some fresh air. Shall we go out for a walk?
No! Why do you always tell people what they should do?
I just thought
Well,
that...
keep your thoughts to yourself. I decide what's good for me and what isn't.
Sorry.
It fell through. Between Barry and me. You were right about him.
Lizzie, I'm sorry.
Why don't you sit? I'm really pissed off. You know, he said such nice things to me. And then he went quiet. Completely quiet. So I texted him, you have to tell me if you don't want to be with me anymore. And he said, I just don't want to upset my family. I felt like such a dirty woman. It's always like this. Whenever someone lets me down, I just retire back into my shell, but I don't want to be in my shell anymore. I want to be happy with someone.
Perhaps you can say it didn't work out with this one, but you had a few happy days and then you move on.
But I'm not like that. I get very attached when I love somebody. Maybe he didn't love me at all. He only wanted to have sex with me. When you go out with an Englishman, you know for certain he's going to want to have sex with you. And if you don't want to, they lose all interest in you.
But I think that you shouldn't destroy yourself for such men.
I already destroyed myself. I have to go to hospital on Thursday.
Oh, it's nothing serious, I hope.
I have cervical cancer.
Oh, Lizzie, I'm so sorry. I'm sure you'll be in the clear. I'm sure.
They say it's probably early stage, and it's going to be a day surgery, but they're not going to let me leave if I don't have anyone to walk me home.
I'll come to the hospital.
Will you? Really?
Yes, of course.
Thanks, Mahua. They didn't tell me what time I'd be discharged. They're going to give me an anesthetic.
I'll make myself available all day. I'll take the day off.
I feel uncomfortable when people do nice things for me.
Try not to feel that way.
You make me believe in friendship.
Thank you.
Bravo, Vincent. You're half the party. Wow, you know, I mean, first of all, just to make that adjustment, it was wonderful. What you used the adjustment and actually heightened so much of what the performances. It just seemed to bring everything together in the way you used the space. And you guys grew incredibly from the last time. Your accent was so much, you know, it was modified. We still got it, but we got so many more lines and clear, and it also somehow clarified your character. It didn't become just about the accent as much as being about what you were doing, which was very moving. Chelsea, and also extremely funny, as you can hear, in a very real way. And Tiff, your accent, I thought was wonderful, and the character also just grew. Your actual, you found some real depths, which is what should happen, right? By the time you play it third time. But it did. You know, some of us, I don't know how much you guys were able to rehearse, but my sense is you didn't have a lot of time to rehearse. So it reminds us that if you are working on something like this, or a Chekhov, and you can't rehearse it for a period of 3 or 4 weeks, you're still growing. So when you come back to it, it's not like you're totally starting all over. You've had time to let it cook. And now you're coming back to the role with a freshness in a way, and yet, you know, you're still building on what you had before, but you're finding new things, and the combination of finding new things, whether it's being assigned, as I asked Vincent if he wanted to use this space or keep the original space, and to his credit and to the ladies' credit, they went for broke. They decided not to play it safe, and I think by doing that, you, 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 you discovered things for yourselves. Any notes from anybody? James?
I just thought this was, I mean, it was an awesome improvement. Today was great. And I'd have two things. One, with the box, if you bring in the present, the gift at the end, there's a desire in the audience to know what it is and what she's giving her. And I just think like that could be a new moment, whatever the present is.
That is, you're right.
Yeah, and the second thing is just I think Chelsea, it was so wonderful, some of the spontaneity of your performance. The one moment, I have cervical cancer, I think you just try something else. Like try something new, because it's been the same, the exact same thing, and you could find something totally. I don't know what it's gonna be, but something else.
Yeah. Also, Vincent, the way you choreographed the photographers was wonderful. I mean, it was like a quartet, you know, and you guys really didn't let it distract. You actually were able to really concentrate. And I had told both photographers to please not worry, that you guys really could handle it, and you did. And I think it made it for a better video because you were open to them coming in. So Tom and Noel, bravo, you really seemed to take over there. Somebody had a hand up.
Yeah, teeny tiny thing, same thing as like the box, the beaded hat, or is that a purse? It was left on the table, and then you moved on it, and I was like stuck on that because it's the same.
Yeah.
Tiny thing.
No, all those aren't tiny. Those are important. So, thank you guys. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, as much as I enjoyed the performance, I saw the great adjustments. I saw it the other day when you guys did the whole thing. I would still love to see the effect of having the joint. How's that affecting you? The behavior of being high, right? And I would love to see to go farther, right? Just to expose yourself, because to me, being this type, it's a cover for you of the vulnerability that you have inside, of being always lonely and people leaving you. So to me, it would be great to see that public persona that you have, that cover until the cancer, right? So then that could be a great transition. How do we feel as an audience to know? We might start hating you the way you behave as this bitch, as this public persona that you have, and then all of a sudden you have this new. So that's been inside of you all this time, and you have the first time somebody that really is showing you, what she's showing you, that you are confessing this to. So how does that really, what motivates you to really confess that to her? You know what I mean? So that could be, so we could be able to see that side, the human being side of you, aside of being this, this cover, this whatever you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.